Hello everyone. I know I have not done the reading for last few weeks because I was traveling and I think the last one I did it was 2 weeks back and I will continue reading from Ribhu Gita from the same chapter number 17 and today I will read from the verse number 25 to verse number 30. There is 6 verses. As you know, this is a instruction from the sage Ribhu to his disciple Nidaga about the principle of non-duality and how to abide in that state and attain liberation with this. So I will read from verse number 25 today. Thank you so much. Brahma itself appears as ignorance. Brahma itself appears as the ego. Brahma itself appears as the intellect and the mind. Brahma itself appears as thought and such. Brahma itself appears as the world and beings. Brahma itself appears as the form of Shiva. Form of Shiva is the Shiva yogi or the Adi yogi, the first yogi in this tradition. With the trident and with the snake around his neck and with a crescent moon on top of his head. Brahma itself is all and that am I. By such differenceless knowledge, you yourself become Brahma. Next verse 26. Brahma itself appears as the gross form. Brahma itself appears as the subtle form. Brahma itself appears as the icon form, and Brahma itself appears as a non-icon form. Brahma itself appears as the root form. Brahma itself appears also as the whole. Brahma is all and that am I. By such differenceless knowledge, you yourself become Brahma. Brahma itself appears as power. Brahma itself appears as Siddhi, the miraculous powers, the different kinds of miraculous powers like becoming very small, becoming very large, being able to manifest, getting whatever you want, etc., able to fly. Brahma itself appears as the inert. Brahma itself appears as consciousness. Brahma itself appears as manifold. Brahma is all the appearances. Brahma is all, and that am I. By such differenceless knowledge, you yourself become Brahma. Brahma itself is the self the self with a capital S, and the self itself is Brahma. The self with a capital S is not apart from Brahma. There is never anything different from this self, which is all Brahma. This self, which is of the nature of Brahma, is all the things that manifest themselves as differentiated. So he is saying this self, our self, which is Brahma itself, manifests as all the things that we see around us. So we and the things around us all belongs to the one and the only self, or is one and only. This self, which is of the nature of Brahma, is all the things that manifest themselves as differentiated. By the differenceless knowledge that is aware that the self of the nature of Brahma is oneself, you yourself become Brahma. I'll read again. By the differenceless knowledge that is aware that the self of the nature of Brahma is oneself, you yourself become Brahma. So when we become aware that our own self is not different from the Supreme Brahma, we ourselves become that Brahma. We cannot realize the Brahma apart from our own self when we realize it. So the way is to realize ourselves, and then it happens also to be the realization of the ultimate Brahma. Next verse 29. Oneself is indeed the light that shines as itself. Oneself is indeed the joy that is established as itself. Oneself is indeed the truth of being oneself. Oneself is indeed that which is the complete, the perfect, the full. Oneself is indeed the God that has no equal to itself. Oneself is indeed the God that has no equal to itself. Oneself is indeed the thing that has nothing apart from itself. Oneself is indeed Brahma. By such steadfast knowledge, you yourself become Brahma, which is oneself. One's own self is indeed the ceaseless existence. One's own self is indeed the uninterruptedly shining consciousness. One's own self is indeed the peerless, unparalleled, great bliss. One's own self is the ultimate, settled conclusion of all. That means we don't need to move outside of oneself to reach anything which is more than oneself, because oneself is the Brahma. One's own self is indeed the explanation of the great aphorisms. One's own self is indeed the undivided, complete, perfectly full self. One's own self indeed is Brahma. By such steadfast knowledge, you yourself become Brahma, which is oneself. So in all these verses, Ribhu is saying that don't need to go beyond oneself to realize the Brahma. In fact, we cannot realize the Brahma without realizing our own self. And when we realize our own self, our own truth, with that we also realize the Brahma. So that's what I understand from these readings today. Thank you so much for listening to me. See you next week. Namaste.